Not gonna do.
Alright, we live.
Oh snap! Alrighty. Welcome everyone.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? Hey.
Yo.
First episode of Chat.
First episode.
Here.
First number one.
Chattrappodcast. Episode 1. Yo, my bad. Oh.
So tonight's topics are what, guys?
So tonight, the rundown.
No, I'm saying like they have to know what we're talking about too.
Our
The
topic.
rundown, is social media, the pros and cons of social media. That's the topics.
And first, we wanted to, talk about how we started the whole podcast and everything, and why, and
A little intro.
and stuff. Yeah, beforehand. So, I guess it starts with Izzy and y'all two, not
Me.
but yeah, y'all two can figure it, introduce how y'all came up with the idea, I guess, first.
Well, on my end, I don't know why. I was just like thinking about it, and I hit up a different group chat, honestly. I hit up a different group chat, and I was like, yo, for some reason, I just want to do a show. Like, we ain't got nothing else to do during quarantine, so we should, like, get something started as, like, a podcast or something. And then, like, it was just kind of like an idea at first, but I wasn't really taking it serious. Then I kind of hit Izzy up separate. I was like, I think we should really do this, like, for real.
Yeah,
So,
and, like, I was with, like, she hit me up about it. And at first I was like, I wanted to start one, being the fact that, like, we be on live a lot, and we go live and we be talking and chatting it up. And I was like, at first I thought about starting, like, a YouTube. That was my end. I was going to start a YouTube. And then she brought the idea of a podcast. I was like, bro, like, this would be a perfect time to do it. Like, let's do a podcast instead of doing YouTube. Like, that'll be dope. So when she brought it to me, I was like, yo, let's do it. And then it was a matter of, like, should we do it on our own time? Should it just be me and her? Like how we gonna go about it? Like, who gonna be in it?
yeah.
Talked about it.
So what made y'all choose the podcast route over?
Well, I wanted to do a YouTube channel too, but I felt like podcast is more like, well, for me personally, I feel like it's a wider range because now we can bring multiple people involved and talk about different topics and get different perspectives on different things. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
And I feel like when it came about trying to pick who, like, about who we want to have at the table with us, because me and Talia, with our vibe is mad chill. Like, you know us, we chill, we talkers, we talk about everything. So it's like, who can we have with us who can have the same energy? And then, we started naming a few people. She named Kels. I didn't know him personally, but, like, when she vouched for somebody, I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. So it was just kind of like a pick and choose, and then, like, who would really be serious and who has the best, who can offer the best opinions and who can really come to the table and bring truth and just talk and vibe,
Yeah.
So let's introduce everybody. Y'all want to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, we can go ahead and do that.
Start with the ladies.
But I'm Izzy, Izzy Official from the gram. Y'all know me.
And I'm Talia, aka Mona X LIAA on the gram as well.
I'm Amaya Capri on Instagram.
I'm Vanessa _XO on Instagram, and I'm from New York.
Kels, obviously from the
guys,
Carolinas. Kels is Love on Instagram, most platforms. Just like rehearsed.
Hey, AJ, you wanna?
You want me to go or you?
Go ahead, bro.
All right, my name is John Tay, Last Bullock on Instagram. It's poppin'.
Indeed. My name is Will Dior Willie on most platforms. Good to have y'all here for the first episode.
Yeah, we here with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We actually got through the intros, yo. That's crazy.
That's tough.
That's crazy.
I
So
don't know how long it took for us.
at least 10
We
tries.
have done
It was
this.
legit probably an hour to get it right.
Brain it back a million times.
We did it though.
Good job, yo.
I
Good
know,
job.
yeah.
So, let's
All right, y'all.
see.
So let's get into this topic because I'm low key excited about this. This is something I feel like
I'm
it's
ready.
I'm
Ready.
down. Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just to run it back a little bit, the topic is the pros and cons of social media. So we all can tune in on that. Izzy,
Yeah.
you started?
So basically, I guess we can. So social media, I feel like, is such a big thing, especially with this generation. And, everybody views it as, a platform to do so much with, you can meet people, you can promote yourself, you can do anything, literally anything with social media. But I feel like also there's some things that come with, the effects of social media. And I feel like that's what we are here to get into because I feel like we all talk about the good things, but let's discuss the bad too. But when it comes to the topic of the good things, I feel like one of the most beneficial things that come from social media is the fact that it's a platform where you can meet your friends, you can meet people from different countries, different states, and I feel like that's the benefit of this podcast too, is because we all live in different states, but we came together kind of with the help of social media, don't y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think any of this would be possible without, social media. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, what do y'all think are some pros of social media, like, as a whole? I'm talking, and social media, I guess, is including things like YouTube and
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And it's social.
For me, I said branding, because I know like a lot of people, even with like obviously like name brands, they use social media to target certain age groups and people. So branding definitely is like a good pro to get a business started on Instagram or social media in general.
Yeah. I think businesses too, and I guess that's a good point too, because I feel like you can be as young as you want, you can be as old as you want, and say like you always wanted to do something, you have a talent, even just for talent too, as well as branding, go hand in hand, but you can bring it to social media and just have people that you didn't even know find you, have people support you, and like get yourself out there doing what you love with people that you didn't even know you could be in contact with. So that's definitely something dope about social media for real.
Yeah, depending on how you use social media, definitely can be used for like the right exposure. Especially
I'd say that.
really trying to get yourself out there. Just meeting new people. Like I've never, well, other than Will, I would never been able to, meet you guys if it wasn't social media. So yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Bro.
I was gonna say the same, like, especially now that we're not able to go out and, be able to meet each other in person, like, this is like a good way of, like, social media has helped us to come together and like actually like talk. And I feel like I've had deeper conversations over this time with this whole quarantine happening.
Let's group ball again.
What?
I'm sorry. I
What
keep
happened?
making eye contact with certain people. It is making me geek about that. But that y'all bringing up valid points for real. And I was gonna say, it's funny. I don't want to like copy, but I was gonna say the exact same thing that y'all just mentioned. Is like the exposure is definitely a big thing nowadays if done correctly. If you have a talent or you have a gift or something you want to show the world through social media, it's easier to expose yourself to new fans, new viewers, new watchers. Just new people as a whole. And meet new people like we already mentioned. But yeah, exposure is definitely, I think that's a big pro social media.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It can also help with like self-esteem and stuff like that. Like you might post a picture, your friends hype you up, make you feel better. Like, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And definitely like expressing yourself. A lot of people have different ways of expressing themselves, whether it be through like fashion or like art, whatever it might be. I think social media is pretty good for that, definitely.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like going along with what you said. expression. I feel like for me personally, I know for me, like dancing is my thing. Like y'all know, I love to get down. You feel me? Do a little something on a dance floor. But that's definitely my thing. And I feel like I wouldn't have done like, I don't think people would have realized, oh, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do, unless like it would have been for that platform of social media for me to be able to like post my videos or like show y'all some things. Like I don't think I would have been able to put it out there any other way. And even just expressing yourself, like I don't think there's any other way for me to express myself than versus through the way I dance. Like that's how I express myself. So social media has definitely helped me put myself out there in that way for me personally.
So what is y'all route like with y'all social media? Like, what do y'all plan to accomplish with y'all social media? If that's a question, or like, how do y'all feel about that? I mean, why are you laughing? Talia, why you laughing?
Glad we came together.
I'm not trying to laugh.
Nah, that's a good question, bro.
That is a really good question.
I'm laughing because that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Like I never thought. I mean, I have thought about that, but like not too in depth.
Like, what path do you want your?
I know for me, like my account, like I only have like Instagram and Twitter. So like my Instagram, I have it for like business purposes, but it's like I want to start branding into like little like maybe like smaller businesses at first, like boutiques and things, and like promote them, like get to that point with social media. But that'll come when it's time. It's kind of starting a little bit, but over
Like
time I want to do that, like promote other companies on my social media and help them out too. So
I feel that. I think for me, like mine is more like of I only have like Instagram. I don't really use Twitter. I have a Twitter, but like for my Instagram, I think me personally, it's just my personal is more for like an aesthetic kind of vibe. Like it's more of a vibe. Like when you look at my page, my page matches my vibe in person. So like my page, I want it to be like all chill vibes. Like it's encouraged. I put quotes up there, some like encouraging quotes, and I want people when they come see my page, I want them to like catch good vibes. They see me, they're like, oh, it makes you feel something when you come to my page. So that's just how it is, because when you meet me in person, hopefully I leave that impression on you in person. And I feel like even the things I post, it's just I post things that I want to be heard, and I feel like I want my voice to be heard, and you see that when you come to my page as well as in person. So it matches me in person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say something similar too. I definitely try and be myself as much as possible on social media, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna delve into that later in the topic. But yeah, I try to be myself as much as possible on my social media. Mine, I guess my socials would be, well, I guess Instagram is more of like an aesthetic type thing, just showing the world different types of styles, unique styles and stuff that I think are cool. And just show people, show that to people. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, but with Instagram, I think when you look at certain people that can like get sponsorships and like brand ambassadors and stuff like that, they getting paid just to take some pictures, like
exactly
that type, like that's a bag just by not doing it, like really not even doing anything if you really think about it. So that would be dope. That would be dope. But like I already said, it's just another way of like, expressing. Like I'm in the shoes, I'm in the fashion, I'm into all that type of stuff. So when I come to my page, hopefully it's like, oh, you got a little drip on him. You got stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where my page.
Yeah, and even like stuff off of like just Instagram, like a lot of us know, like if we were to do like a YouTube, we can make like not bank, but like bread off of YouTube. So like that, like YouTube is a job, it's a career. Like people actually do that as their financial
9 to 5. Like they
doing
videos. Good.
What happened?
Oh.
What happened? What happened?
Big out.
Somebody freaking ran into the wall.
Oh,
what happened?
No.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh.
Will.
Y'all continue.
What did he do?
It sounded like his TV just fell off the wall.
It
bro.
really did.
Oh,
Something
what?
like that.
And we live. And we live. That's gonna be one
We
of the
live,
viewers.
baby.
That's a.
TV fell off the wall. Clown. Where are those at?
No, we don't know what actually happened, but
Yo.
Is he
Oh
good?
my God! What?
It sounded bad.
bro, what happened, Will?
Good.
You good,
Sounded like a
bro?
car
Oh,
someone.
Will,
Will.
what happened, bro?
Bro, my oh
happened?
my
What
God!
happened?
So I don't even know, bruh. My TV, it wasn't on the wall, but that joint,
I knew it.
it didn't fall off the wall, but that joint just like fell. And it on something. The whole stand just broke.
Did it
Dang.
break? Oh, did the TV break?
My
We
TV's
see.
perfectly fine. I ain't sure, but thank the Lord. But what the heck, bro? That just. And y'all continue. I'm gonna fix this real quick.
That's crazy.
Hey, don't y'all think
This
it's
is episode 1.
glass, bro.
y'all.
You can't
Welcome
make
to
this up.
episode 1.
Can't make it up.
I'm
This is
so
crazy.
weak, bruh.
That's
Dang.
crazy.
No.
Oh, what the heck?
Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah, I think it's
continue.
crazy
I'm gonna
how-
fix this real quick.
social media has these different communities. Like
oh, that's a good one. Communities.
the
Oh, what happened? I'm sorry.
the
Y'all know
NBA
I can't multitask.
Talia out here in La La Land.
I know. What happened?
No, I was talking about the communities. Like you
Oh,
have the Beehive, you have the NBA YoungBoy fan.
Is it real name? Yeah. The Arianators.
Yeah, and then everybody just adapt to
Look
those
at
certain.
Dante.
What is the Arianator?
I don't know what that is either.
Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Oh, I didn't even know she had fans.
Like that before.
Honestly, I'm there for the memes.
No,
Yeah,
me too.
for
The
real,
memes.
like, there's,
The memes,
and like
bro,
to connect, that's it.
Who has
That's
the best
it.
ones
To
though?
connect with my family.
I
Twitter.
think Twitter, though. Twitter got the best memes. I don't
Yeah,
care.
Twitter has the best memes
Twitter
and
got the-
videos.
I don't know how to use Twitter.
I
There's too much
don't. I
I'm
can't.
What
learning.
about?
I don't
He's
know how.
But
learning.
for real,
People be like,
TikTok?
Heck, bro.
I'm like, how?
have me dead.
I be like, how you do this? And like, trying to repost, it's a lot.
There's much going on.
No, it's not that hard. You just gotta. It's not that hard once you get used to it. I
It's
didn't
not.
say that first either, but once you like, oh, okay, this is, it basically almost reads up to that. Like it's weird how it reads, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So wait, do y'all think Twitter is better than Instagram?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
Twitter.
so.
Really?
So,
Well, nah, because they don't have a live feature. So
They don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
I
live.
have a live feature. But the thing about Twitter is like, I don't know, like Instagram is more for, I feel it's more professional. And Twitter is just,
somebody broke it down for me in the
I feel like Twitter's their feeling.
Somebody told
Yeah.
me that Twitter is for the personality and Instagram is for like the look or the what you're trying to show.
Yeah,
So
because it's pictures. It's pictures.
I mean,
yeah, I think it depends on what you. It really depends on the person, to be honest.
mm-hmm,
So,
that's true.
but yeah, Twitter is lit. I ain't gonna lie.
I've
Yeah.
been trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah, Twitter's funny.
Oh,
I'm weak.
We're gonna get on Twitter. I'm gonna hop on Twitter for sure.
yo, what the heck, bro?
Funny.
I'm
Bro,
gonna hop
y'all
on.
would be girls win on Twitter. Like it's hard for niggas.
Right.
It's hard for us as guys to win on Twitter.
Y'all be heard on Twitter though. I see people retweet all these guys and pins and all that.
I mean, we did go viral this past year on Twitter. Though.
Oh yeah, y'all did. You and your crew did, definitely.
Really?
From Alicia's party.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah, I
them.
remember that. I remember that.
what was it?
Henry.
They had
We
like
did.
throwback 2000 outfits on.
That's
We was
tough.
dancing to the wrong song, so it was like
But
That's-
first of all, like, come on
Well,
now,
that's
it was
it,
not
though.
that deep. Like, we knew
They
what y'all
got the
was
they
doing.
got the exactly,
knew.
they got the point.
but they
They
went
got-
in and though.
All right, so
All right.
are we going to talk about cons?
So
I'll be here all night.
Pros being you widen out, you widen your circle, you get to meet new people.
Oh, I was like, wild and out.
Widen out.
Oh, I was
Sorry,
like,
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, widen out. You get to brand yourself, helps build you up, build your brand, get you well known, set your platform for your career. And it also, what else did we say? We said
self-esteem,
communities,
community.
bring people together from communities. So that's definitely a few pros. Now let's get into the cons, because I feel like there's a lot more cons than pros.
Talia, show the people what you got. Go ahead.
Oh, I think I popped it out already.
Go ahead, sis.
Go ahead.
We didn't get on the topic
Go ahead,
yet.
sis.
Once we get into it. Once we get into it.
Relax.
Once we get into it. I was like, I think I popped it out.
Let's
Once we get into it, I'll put it on.
I feel like another thing. So let's kind of get into it. We're gonna get into it.
But okay, on a serious note, before we even like jump into stuff, I did say for a con for social media, it's easy to be like, I don't want to sound sensitive, but like cyberbullying.
Oh yeah.
No, but for real, that's a good
Like
point.
cyberbullying is like a big thing. Look, he's what are you doing?
My bad. Hold up. Yo, okay, I'm good.
Nah.
Everything's good. A glass broke, but we back. I'm coming back.
Your glass
There's so much.
Bro,
There's
it sounded
so
like a
much
whole
fun.
car accident.
No, my
It
TV
really did sound like a
is
car
somehow
running
good,
through
but
your house.
everything besides my TV is fried. But we good.
Oh, your TV is messed
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry.
No, my TV's good. We good.
Oh.
We good. Everything besides my TV is not good.
Oh man,
Your room is demolished.
demolished.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not like
It
he was having a
like
whole
a chain
race.
reaction.
But yeah, like cyberbullying is definitely a con, because especially depending on like the individual itself, because I know like younger, I feel like all of our parents was kind of like on us about social media, like they don't want us to be in that area because they knew cyberbullying was like big, and two, people are very suicidal when it comes to cyberbullying, so that is a big con. So
I think for regardless of what you're doing, I feel like whether it just be you're trying to promote your brand, you're trying to take a picture and just post your picture of yourself just because you feel like it, or start a podcast, start a YouTube, whatever you're doing, it's stuff that the world we live in today with all this crazy stuff going on. There's so many bad people that just want to tear people down, and of course, cyberbullying is one of those things people do. And you could be doing anything, you could just literally post nothing. You could don't even gotta post nothing, and if somebody will reach out to you trying to bully you for whatever reason. I feel like that's definitely something that sucks about social media, because I feel like we try to build people up, but then there's the people that try to tear people down, and I feel like that's where it comes into play of certain people are strong enough to not deal with it and just focus on themselves and not worry about it. But then you got the people that it really leaves a mark on it. It really tears them down, and it sucks to see that.
So, yeah, and that's facts. But there's some people who give the argument that cyberbullying on social media, right? They're like, oh, how can you get cyberbullied? Like, just log out, or just turn off your computer, or turn your phone off, or turn your, whatever off, and just walk away from the screen. What do y'all think about like that reasoning?
I feel like that's not fair, because you're like putting your life on pause just because people are like trying to tear you down. That's how I feel.
I feel like for me, it's kind of like an analogy of, say you cooking, right? And you burn yourself. You turn off the stove so it's not hot no more. But when you walk away, you still burn. That thing hurt. Like damn, you done for. Like, you cook.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of how social media is. You could turn it off and walk away, but the damage is already done, and you left with that feeling of, yo, I'm hurt. That hurt. Like, sheesh, now I gotta think about that. It's done. So I feel like no matter what you do, it's still gonna be with you.
Yeah, and the thing about social media is when you like post something, or you doing whatever, you're putting it out there for somebody else to judge it. And it's only really going to go two ways. It's either going to be a good judge or a bad judge. So I think like if you don't have thick skin, or if you like let things like that get to you easily, it'll be easy for somebody just to be able to tear you down on Instagram, or any social media really. So,
I feel like it also has to do with like age. I feel like if they're too young, like teenagers, I feel like they should probably not have social media, just because they're still growing, still like learning about stuff. And when people start coming at them like that, it's gonna be like, I feel like it's too much for them to handle.
It's definitely it's the youth. Like you can't. I feel like the youth, they get exposed to it so early, and I feel like that's something that they shouldn't be exposed to at all. Like certain things should not be said to them.
Right.
But you have this platform where everything is said, and
Mm-hmm.
you can protect them to a certain extent, and sometimes you just can't protect it. They're gonna see what they're gonna see. They're gonna experience that, and that's what it's definitely it's definitely a con from that. Like that's not how it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Right. That's true. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
I don't really have much on.
Another-
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Will.
Oh, I was just saying that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. Go ahead, bro.
Another con though, I know we talked about another con was cyberbullying as well for sure, but as well as I feel like people abusing social media for the wrong, like using it for the wrong reasons or trying to use it for everybody uses it for their own benefit, but what is your motive on being on social media? For me, like what are you trying to promote? What is your purpose? What do you want other people to get from it, you know? And I feel like even starting our podcast, I feel like a topic that kind of goes hand in hand with that is kind of like what do we call it? We call it clout chasing too.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be doing your own thing, and here comes somebody else trying to take your idea and go with it and use it for their own benefit, and like that kind of sucks too. Like that's for me, that's definitely a con.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think?
No, I feel that too because it's like I feel like that's another thing for social media too. It's easier for like not even like just a podcast standpoint, but like it's easier for other people to like bite off of somebody and not give them credit for it and say,
honestly,
this is my like basically
True.
fraud, like doing it like
you see it all the time.
stealing.
Like,
yes.
Like
You
people,
can
like most of the stuff you see on IG now is from Twitter, and most of the time they don't give credit. They don't give credit to the person from Twitter. You see stuff from YouTube, they don't give credit to the actual YouTube content creator. So, yeah. And I mean that's one form of clout chasing. I think another form of clout chasing is like, you know, if there's someone, well, clout as a whole is an interesting subject. Like
that's
different
just
people have
word
different,
too.
yeah, different people. But okay, say someone has, we'll use the word notoriety, I guess, or following on a social media platform, and someone else tries to use that person who already built up their own notoriety or following to gain their own personal following. I think that's a form of clout chasing, and that could be done in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Talia.
I don't know. This is just how I feel about clout chasers. I just feel like they're all
Clowning.
I'm dead.
Yo, so what do y'all think about when it comes to clout chasing? Is this a form of clout chasing, or like when we see this now? We see this a lot of times nowadays when somebody posts someone's picture on their story, and they just like constantly do it, or like it's just super overt.
What do you mean? Like post someone on your story? Like you post a friend on your story 24/7?
Well, like if it's your friend, that's cool. But then again, like people they don't even know, or like just.
I think.
So like, you mean like to pretend they know them, or?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's a no-no.
Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
a no-no.
That's that tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery. That's
Tomfoolery. Yeah,
nonsense.
and also social media has made it easier for people to say that they know someone, like, so now it's like, because of social media, someone in California can be like, oh yeah, like I know that person, and they live all the way on the other side of, wherever, and that person might not even know that their name is being used as, knowing them. They can pretty much use whatever, they can say whatever narrative they want about the other person if they wanted to. There's no way to really stop that.
I feel like for me, it's like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that's one half of it. Like that's one negative, and then another negative is like someone associating themselves with someone through social media. So just because they follow someone, they're like, oh, I know that person, like that's my man's, or that's my friend, like, pretending like they're close when they're not really as close as
Right.
you can say.
I feel like it's just I feel like clout chasing, though, like as a whole, is childish. Like that's something childish.
Yeah.
Definitely do. And I feel like at the end of the day, if you're trying to, it's kind of like back in the day at school when you're trying to be the cool kid. You want to say you know the cool kid. You want to sit with the cool kid at lunch. You trying to, hey, that's my friend. Oh, like, and they take that and apply it to social media, and that's basically what they're doing.
And at the end of the day, they end up looking foolish. Like they end up embarrassing themselves. Like they look dumb.
Goofy. You
look exactly
goofy,
man.
Goofy.
Sure. When it comes to like, I see this a lot. I see this a lot nowadays when it comes to us guys. Well, not certainly us guys, but when it comes to like posting like clothes and stuff like that, I'll see dudes post shoes and they'll do a boomerang and the shoes might be fake. So they'll post a boomerang to try to like finesse.
What?
To finesse the
they'll be noticing that stuff.
See,
you gotta help them out.
No.
Oh, yo, you're
I guess we're talking about flexing. If we're talking like that's flexing is a form of cloud chasing, I think.
Yeah.
that's like a whole.
Definitely is.
I think flexing.
That's a
I
whole.
fully agree with
That's a whole nother. Like,
I feel like flexing to a certain extent because it's one thing for me. Oh, my outfit looks mad dope today. I want people to see it. Like, hey, y'all. Like, there's one thing with someone like just taking a picture and posting it just to show off your outfit, flexing with what you have on versus trying to
be something.
overdo it. Yeah, like what you said.
No, I'm talking about like if you post in, oh, look at me, I drive a Mercedes Benz, and you're posting the little jump. Well, this is an example for females. This is some for guys, but I'll use the girls example because it's more more people know about it. So they'll do the little like where they put their hand on the steering wheel with the nails done, and then it's Mercedes Benz. It's like a 2005 Benz.
I don't see that as
like a 20.
That's not flex. That's not flex.
But they do that every day.
The car. I feel like for me that's not a flex because for instance, for me, if I do that, that's because I worked hard to get what I got, and y'all gonna see what I worked hard to get what I got. That's not really that's not like a form of clout chasing because I want y'all to parade me.
I agree.
Nah, he's saying that's flexing.
I said that's flexing. I'm not saying
that's definitely flexing, but go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that they do it on a regular basis every day.
It's a fine line between.
So if they're doing that every day, the main reason, like if you did it once or twice, it's like, oh, like you want to show off your hard work. If you do it every day, and not only that, you're flexing like all of the things you have every single day or on a regular basis, you want people to know that you have it, which is like that's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you worked hard for something and you got it, you also don't even need to like. Nobody needs to know you. I mean, you can still post it. There's nothing wrong with posting.
That's
no problem with posting it. But it's like nobody else really has to know. You don't have to post it on social media. And if you do that, it's okay. But if you do it on a regular basis, that comes off as like flexing.
Also, for me, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I feel like social media, like you don't have to post it, but I feel like what's the point of social media? To show people your stuff, to show to be heard. What is the point of it? People want to post pictures to show themselves. You want to show yourself out there. So I feel like if you're doing it every single day, yeah, that's definitely too much. That's when the fun time is chasing.
Here's the thing too about that. It's kind of two different things because what I was mentioning is like so people will post, for example, that Mercedes-Benz logo and then the stuff or their hand on the steering wheel or whatever, right? That's what social media sees. What social media doesn't see is that they're driving like a 2002 Mercedes-Benz with like 300,000 miles on it.
Ooh, that's lying.
They want social media to think that they drive in like a brand new Benz or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of flexing.
But look though, that hand blocking out the check engine light on too though.
Yeah. All the lights
I'm dead.
So that's a form of flexing. It's okay if you want to post your hard work, but like if you got it, then you actually got it. Go ahead and post it as much as you want, I guess, because you worked hard for it. You got it. But there will be people who will post, pictures of cars that aren't theirs, post pictures of money that they don't have, post picture of jewelry that's fake, or post picture of, like Gail said, shoes and stuff like that that's fake.
Oh yeah,
On
that's
social
a
media
main con.
to act like they got it, but they don't got it. That's a form of flexing too.
Even with people who do have it, like celebrities, like I hate to see it, like when they like make donations to like certain charities and stuff, and it's just like, oh, look at what I did, like I posted this, I donated this much money to like this, like 6ix9ine did, and they declined his donation, like they didn't even want it, like that's why I was weak. But I was like, just do it, like if it really comes from the heart, like just do it, like don't make a whole like broadcast about it, like you don't gotta do all that.
Yeah, like Rich the Kid bought a $250,000 flat screen TV during the corona. I'm like, bro, what you gonna watch on the reruns of the like corona news or whatever?
Yeah.
What you gonna watch on it, bro?
Yeah,
$250,000.
And then he went. Actually, that's a funny story because Rich the Kid went and showed that video, right? And he was flexing the video and stuff like that. And then I think a week or so later, it came out that one of his jewelers was suing him for like, I think 200,000 plus something, because he did of unpaid jewelry that he didn't pay. So it's like he's on social media, you know, flexing that he got that $200,000 for the TV.
He ain't even paid for it.
He can't pay the jewelry.
That's crazy.
That's
Broke
another thing.
boy.
Now,
I'm kidding.
much smaller scale,
Broke
people
boy.
do that. Yeah, exactly. So he's not even Rich the Kid. Yeah.
He just a kid. Like,
He just
Okay.
Another con I was saying too, kind of like based off like what we've been talking about, how like people can like post things that are fake, catfishing, really.
yes, bro.
Yes, I was gonna say that too.
Like catfishing.
Ooh, I got a story.
I was gonna say, have any y'all been catfished?
Well, let's go.
Who wanna go first? Who got a story?
I said, who wanna go first?
Yours sounds good.
So we was going to this function in Atlanta. Went to the function. We got there kind of late. We was trying to get there late. You know how you arrive at parties late. We get there late. The girl that's throwing it on Twitter now, she look alright, you know, like she's kind of straight. We get there, busted. It was 3 people in the apartment. One person in the living room listening to music. Another person in the bedroom laying up on their phone like this. And just, it was terrible. Like,
Oh
No.
I have a story. So back when I was like in high school, it was like I didn't go to the school, but I knew one of my like, I guess like high school friends back in the day. She went to this particular school, and I guess there was like some girl that made an Instagram that was fake, and one of the guys that I knew was like talking to the female. Some girl. He never met her. And so I don't know where in the world how it got to, people thought it was me, but I didn't do it at all. So the dude was like, you're the only person that he was like, you're the only person that I know that knows the whole situation, so I feel like it's you. And then I got like, not like I got in trouble, but like basically him and his friends were like coming at me, and I was like, well, if you want, I could do some investigation. And come to find out, it was like his best friend. Best friend that wanted to date him, that was a girl. So I don't know. Like it's just like catfishing, I just feel like it's just psychologically wrong.
You can create a whole new.
Let me tell y'all, this dude who was like verified, like he wasn't verified. He just had a big Instagram following, right? And I was young, like I was like, whatever, young little kid. And so he hit me up, and I was like feeling myself. Hey, that's tough. And so, how to be like in the middle school, like 9th grade, like so young. I should not have had a phone. Like, was texting the dude, and like, you know, on social media, he posts these pictures, and in his pictures, like his bio is 6'1", like that's all he posts, 6'1", and he just be flexing, he be posting videos of him talking, like thought he was the ish. I think one day he mentioned that he was around with some people I know, and it just so happened that he was around where I live. So first of all, what little kid is meeting some boy?
That's weird.
That's a wrong. But I go to see this dude. So I'm like, my friend was like, oh, he's around the neighborhood. He's hanging with Johnny and so. Let's go. I was like, all right, bet, let's go. I meet this dude. This dude is 5'4" and got a lisp and just don't even look like him. It don't the lisp. Hair, like it. I was like, this is him.
She said hair back.
I was like,
not a list.
oh, he didn't even look. He looked totally different because like I've been fooled, bamboozled, never again.
Bamboozled for real.
Never. I was like, oh
So,
my God.
like, catfishing as a whole, I guess you could say is like it's so easy on social media, and I think that's a big con. It's like you can create a whole new person on social media if you wanted to.
I think.
And you could either, that's one form of catfishing. You create a whole new person, or oh snap, my low battery just came up. Yeah, it's just catfishing as a whole is just you know, clout chasing. So cons is like clout chasing. What else do we mention? Cyberbullying.
Yeah, for sure.
Catfishing.
Yeah, those are 3 big ones. Yeah, those are just it makes it. Social media makes it all too easy, I think.
It makes it too easy. And I feel like another thing too through social media, I feel like it's very easy to feel like you know somebody through social media. If social media makes it very easy to make it feel like you have friends and make everybody look at you like, oh, they got all this, they got friends, they got this, they got that, and in turn it makes you look at yourself like, you know, like that's kind of going back to cyberbullying, how it affects you, like what people say to you affects you. Same way looking at the things that people are doing, seeing people at a party and you home in your bed, like, dang, bro, I ain't even at no party. I wish I was at a party. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. It's like a facade. Like, you get so wrapped up in it. You get so wrapped up and your time gets wasted, and you just spend your time looking at other people and what other people are doing, and it makes you just feel like dang, like I don't got nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I don't have no friends. I don't have.
It creates like an envy kind of for some people. To want more than they have, or it makes people think they have to have more than they do to be, you know, to be cool or to be accepted. And that's, social media has created that. That's another thing, you know, body, like, you know, positivity and stuff like that. Like, social media makes people think they have to have a certain type of body or certain type of, you know, certain type of wealth or certain number of friends to be, you know, accepted, where all of that is completely wrong. Yeah, but so
I'm sorry.
no, oh, why did you say this?
This picture.
Why did you say this? What is that? I didn't even go past. I don't know who it is.
That's Kelly. Anyway.
Yeah. All of those things are wrong. I mean, you don't have to have a certain type of body type or social status or bank account to be accepted, but social media makes people think they need that.
And that's
yeah, I agree. I was gonna say too, social media has a big thing that kind of like, you know, like what a mirage is, how like something looks like what is not, type of thing. Also like what you were kind of saying too, like it's like social media itself kind of like blinds us of what an individual, who they really are outside of social media, because anyone can put on like what you want them to see and not be that person outside of social media.
That's what it is. That's all social media.
Not even just like off of catfishing, but that's based off just like, say if someone is who they really are, but not really who they are.
Like as a person.
Yeah.
Like personality. Yeah. And you could do the same thing. Like, you know, like I think someone mentioned it earlier, like Twitter is more of a personality place and IG is more of like a aesthetic place. But even on Twitter, you know, you can create a fake personality on Twitter and make people think you're, you know, you can make people think you're funny than you actually are. You can make people think you are, you know, you're more deep. That's a big thing. People be on Twitter sounding like, you know, I don't know if Pablo Picasso did poems, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
But they try to sound more deep than they are in real life. Like in real life, they can be like, they can have the personality of a celery stick, but then on Twitter.
A vegetable? He called a vegetable.
On Twitter, they acted
like a celery stick.
Yo, what made you, out of all things, what made you say something?
Whatever comes to my mind goes up. That's you know how.
That's very true. And I feel like that's all social media is. So social media is what you want people to see. It's who you want to be. Like, you could be someone who works at the office, your name is Dan, but on social media, you over here, hey, my name is Josh, I'm flexing in Flash, and I'm ripping in Rolls Royce. Like, you could be anybody. You could be
exactly. And that's a big thing on YouTube too. You know, they be faking. It's been for years. They fake pranks for views. They fake, you know,
relationship,
like accidents. I've heard stories of faking entire relationships and having kids and stuff. All of it fake just for YouTube, which is
crazy.
Kind of
kids.
Yeah.
Where'd you find the kids?
Where'd you find the kids?
Oh, no. They probably, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And I feel like that's crazy. That's definitely something, a con for social media. And I feel like also, as well as going back to what you kind of said, you said relationships. Like, the relationships that I feel like this generation is so based off of social media that our relationships, the way we find connections and make connections with people, has been affected tremendously because of social media. How do y'all feel about that one?
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel
Hollywood,
marriages have like lasted way longer, like when people didn't have social media till now. Now that there's social media, like everything's like based on like what you see.
There's
Now,
no morals. I feel like the morals.
Like, a big thing for people now for relationships is like, oh, did you like that person's picture? And that could be a whole big thing. Or why did you follow this person? That could be, why are you still following X? Or why are you, a whole bunch of stuff that can infiltrate the relationship setting and make for a more toxic relationship. And that's all due to social media.
Exactly. Jonte.
You laughing like he laughing.
He said, I like that one. I like it.
Yeah.
We heard you.
Heard you, Jonte.
Preaching. That boy preaching, man.
Trust is
that is true.
He's shooting from half court.
That definitely is a con for social media too. Is easily like he said, like it triggers to like a toxic relationship. It's off of like something so small, like up a like of a picture, like.
I feel like that's when it dampens, it messes up, and I feel like social media also tests relationships too. And I don't know if you want to call it what you want, a pro, call that a con. I feel like it tests your trust in somebody and how much do you really trust somebody, because I feel like that could be the reason that a relationship breaks up. Like y'all said, like a picture. Who are you talking to? Who's DMing you? Why'd you retweet so-and-so's like? It causes so much insecurity and it causes trust issues within relationships. And I feel like if you guys are not mature enough, it makes you feel like you don't know the person you're with, or it makes you you can have a great person you're with, a solid person, but just because of social media, it can make you insecure and it makes you rethink things to where you ruin your own relationship just because of the gram, because of Twitter, you know?
But that following tab was lit on Instagram though. I used to use that thing.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
You know
What?
Oh, when you can see like what they like.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
Yes. I like swipe.
That gave me so much.
Happy they got rid of that.
They took that off.
Yeah,
It was like the activity tab.
That joint was like toxic. That was pure toxicity.
Yeah, that was
There's no
very
reason.
toxic.
for
You
real.
get caught up.
There's no reason you
It
need
was
to know
showing
what
who
people are like.
commented and
Yep.
who liked
Instagram
it.
did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I
why
wonder how
does
many
so-and-so
relationships
like
because of that.
I'm telling you.
Snapchat had the same thing, kind of like when they had like show your best friends and who you got streaks with and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
People caught up.
People like, why so-and-so like her picture at 3:00 in the morning? What you doing, brother?
Yeah.
What you doing, brother? What you doing?
How do y'all feel about streaks? Is that a kid thing?
That's definitely.
I don't do
I
streaks
don't have
anymore.
streaks no more.
You say it's streaks
I
of
still
what
have
thing?
them, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it a kid thing?
Oh,
Too much work.
I do have streaks, but literally the only thing they see is the
Big toe.
they see my car or a black screen. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do all that.
at this point, I'm only keeping the streak for like the other person's like benefit, I guess you could say. Like,
Right.
we already here
before.
all these days, so it's like
Just 40 days.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't do streaks. I tried, and I'm bad at them anyway. So,
but yeah, I feel like that's definitely a kid thing. But
that was also a form of. Oh, go ahead.
what? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that was a form of clout. I looked at that as a form of clout. If you had streaks, you had clout.
I feel like if you had long streaks, maybe.
Yeah.
I never
Some
really
could
did
see it
before.
as clout.
no. Oh, go ahead.
Nobody can really see your streaks but you unless you like really show them off and stuff like that.
I've seen people who has like, a whole like row of streaks. I'm like, bro.
Yes, bro. I used to be so confused. I'm like, why does your snap look like that?
Yes, that's facts. But I don't know, I think that's a person. That's more like up to the person, I guess.
That's
If
a
you want to
personal
like try it
thing, too.
as clout or whatnot. But I feel like basically, like I feel like the end game of all of this, I feel as though being that there's so many cons, but there's also very valid pros to social media. You can do so much with it, and it's a big place to get caught up, but it's also a big place to grow and better
People
yourself.
Livings off of social media, so yeah.
And like we were saying, like all together, like I feel like for all the cons really that we mentioned is just if you're mature enough to handle social media.
Exactly. Because if you use social media correctly, you won't run into most of the cons.
Yeah.
At all.
And if you're mindful what you're doing, what you're posting, who you're interacting with.
Yeah, who you're associating with is big too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And what's
I got off social media for like a whole year just because I felt like it was making me like very insecure. And I felt like I had to take a break, especially because I was in a relationship. So I felt like I kept like trying to see like what he was doing, and I felt like I had to stop. But I feel like now I'm better. Like it definitely helped.
Wow.
And I feel like that's a mature. Like I think social media can be so addicting sometimes that you can't even. You get so like I need to check this. Oh, let me see what they're doing. I feel like they're doing something without me. Oh, let me see what's like. It gets so mentally addicting that it's hard sometimes to even do that. Come off for like a couple days, or a couple weeks, because you right back on.
And it also helped like
time really.
We mentioned it as well, but like the relationship thing too. Like once you're done with a relationship, exes can still keep tabs on, the other person in the relationship even after the relationship is over, and they can still spread, fake false news to other people through social media about their ex and stuff like that, all because of social media. So, that's another thing. Or they can limit messages on their stories and posts and stuff like that, in hopes that their ex will see it and stuff like that. So that's
screenshots, bruh. Screenshots.
Yeah.
Get your mess up. The receipt. on me. That's facts.
Yeah.
Y'all mentioned a lot of valid points for
I feel that's just I feel like no matter what you do, and I feel like even whether it be social media or whether it be even in real life, the cliche, everyone always tells you, oh, be careful what you're doing, be careful of this, be careful of that. But really, as people who are, early 20s, 18 and early 20s in this generation, trying to grow and better yourself, social media is definitely it could be a stumbling block. And it's definitely about how you move and what is your goal about being on social media, and how does it affect you. I feel like it's a personal reality check for everybody. Sometimes we don't realize, like, we don't ever take a moment to be like, oh, let me step back. I've been on social media all day, like, let me step back and check myself. What am I doing? What am I posting? Who is watching what I'm posting? Who is seeing my content? All of that. I feel like it's just definitely a good reminder to have a reality check on how are you using your social media,
And that's another thing too, like another con on social media is like you really don't know. Like, okay, you can kind of see who's watching your stuff, but at the end of the day, you really don't know who is like screenshotting, screen recording, just taking stuff off of you've been posting, and then for instance, like it could get like out of hand and just go left. So that's another con too.
And get misinterpreted too.
Yeah.
Like,
like mixed up and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So
Starting lots of drama.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anything else, y'all? Anything else y'all talk that we missed?
I covered most of me. I wanted to make sure I get that out there. So.
Yeah, I should.
But yeah, social media as a whole can be, like as you mentioned, very productive or very toxic, and it just depends on the maturity of the person to dictate which way it's gonna go and how that's. So yeah, pretty much some of that.
I feel like we covered a lot. We covered a lot today. Or just 1 hour. Like, and if there's something we missed, then y'all feel like that we should cover it, DM us, let us know, hey, like you missed this topic or whatever, and we can bring it back and just quickly be like, so-and-so said this, like, that we forgot. So definitely let us know if there's something that we missed, because I feel like we covered it all, to be honest. Well, not all, but like a good majority,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah,
All
pretty
right,
much. Well, so like real quick, I just wanted everyone what y'all get into type down. Before this, actually, it was crazy. Yeah. So are we done, or I was just going to.
So what?
Oh, I was just going to say.
Someone over there rumbling him.
Yeah, what's going on?
I hear him ruffling.
Yeah. I just want to emphasize, y'all be safe out there, because today before, when I went to the gas station, I had to fill my mom's car before she went to work tomorrow, like as a little like surprise or whatever. But I was filling the gas, and it was like this crackhead lady came up. I think she's a crackhead lady or something like that, yo. And she was like, if you get me pregnant, I'll buy you a watermelon Arizona, and I'll give you $100.
Well, stop.
And I told her she crazy, but
you got the Arizona though.
You got the Arizona.
I told her she was crazy. But
She
was crazy. I told her to get on her way. That's the last time I go from gas.
Look, that's what took you so long. He talking about he couldn't get in.
I got back on time, so yeah.
He talking about he couldn't get in.
I couldn't. But
it is a scary world. This is a
world
we live in.
I just wanted to emphasize that y'all be safe out there. Y'all be safe, because you never know who could come up, and yeah. But I told her to go on her way and just leave me alone.
Not with the watermelon.
How did he?
I'm done.
Her way.
Hey, bro.
I'm
only
dead.
Why watermelon?
Also too, like for anybody that wants to be like a guest host, let us know too. We'll bring it up amongst the whole group, and we'll figure out who we want to add into the chat. So let us know.
Why are you doing this?
And let us know what you want to talk about, like
Yes,
the
let us
topics
know
I
what
want
y'all
to hear.
talk about too.
We have valuable opinions.
So this is a whole community thing.
Yeah,
it's not just in here.
Yeah, for sure.
And give real opinions. Like, don't be literally hating. Give real opinions that have real facts to them. Don't just be hating for no reason.
And you don't have to give an agreeing opinion, like something that everyone agrees on. If you have an opinion that differs from everyone else, you can state your opinion as well.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we're taking all the criticism. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get better at this. So any ideas, anything that you want to see us doing that we're not doing, anything we can improve on, let us know, man.
Yeah, feedback for real. Like that's key too.
Keep growing. I feel like this is a podcast. It's our podcast, but at the end of the day, it's a podcast to talk. To be heard. To come here and you feel like you have things that you want to share and you want people to hear you. Let us know. We gonna give you that platform. This is your platform as well as ours to grow and promote yourself. Do what you want. If you got something dope cooking up, let us know. We gonna show the world you got something dope cooking up.
Yeah.
So let us know, and we gonna help you out.
Yeah. So this has been Chat Trap Podcast. And
we talked about it.
Time here.
We talked about it.
We did talk about it.
We talked about it.
We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, guys.